What's going on, guys? Welcome in. Beers Daily Fantasy 6-Pack Monday, NBA edition. Another great slate of games for us here on a Monday. NBA's done a great job with the schedule this year. No light slates so far this season. Plenty of games, plenty of action, and plenty of action on fanduel.com. So, can I identify some of my favorite value plays, some mid-range guys, and of course, end the video with the beast of the night. So let's get to it with that value I spoke of. Power forward Maurice Spates, 3,900. Now, keep in mind, we tape these early in the morning, so just guessing here, but I don't think Blake Griffin plays, and there's a lot of avenues to Maurice Spates having value. Obviously, if Griffin sits, we saw him come in and put up 36 fantasy points in just 25 minutes. Maybe Blake Griffin plays and he's limited. That's going to lead to more value for Maurice Spates. And even if Griffin plays, Spates has shown that he can come in and get some value. So obviously, if Griffin's in there, not as high on Maurice Spates, but if he sits, it's a plug and play for me. He's going to be popular in your tournaments. No worries there. Get creative somewhere else. Cash games, you got to lock him in. It's an elite matchup, an elite price, and a guy that's been very productive. When he gets minutes, he puts fantasy points on the board. So let's keep an eye on the news, but if anything were to change, if Blake Griffin is in there, again, I still think Spates is interesting in your tournaments, but we'll keep an eye on things. If we got to make any changes, we'll come into the comment section and adjust accordingly. All right, let's transition over to the point guard position for some mid-range value in Patrick Beverley, 5,100. Now, Beverley been playing very well in this offense since his return. And if you look at the last 5 games and you look at his salary, he's exceeding value on it pretty much each and every night. So a guy that you can plug in, a guy that doesn't necessarily have to score to hit fantasy value. We've seen him get double-digit assists. We saw a double-digit rebound game in there against OKC. So one of the better rebounding point guards in the league. I mean, that's 7 or more rebounds in 3 straight games for him. Again, this is a high-powered offense, a lot of opportunities, and a big spread here, but I worry about that more with a guy like James Harden. And I'm not telling you not to play James Harden. I'm saying keep it in the back of your head. But when I'm spending 5,100, I think Beverley can do enough, even if this were a 3-quarter game, to make value on that salary. You know by now, you come to the fantasy bar, what do? We always target the Brooklyn Nets. No different tonight. Houston looks to be in a great spot. Huge team total here, and Beverly's still a nice value at 5,100. Let's go to small forward here with Rudy Gay, 7,000. Now looking over small forward tonight, it's a debacle. It's a mess. It's a hot garbage. It's a dumpster fire, whatever you want to call it. That's what we have tonight at small forward. Now you got Paul George on the high end. Absolutely fine with him. But give me the savings tonight on Rudy Gay. You know, normally a guy I don't love to roster, but in tournaments especially, he does give you upside at this price against a defense that's just terrible. Bottom 3 in the league against the small forward position. Should be a fast-paced up and down game here. And we know he can score the basketball. That's 18 or more points for him in 5 of the last 7 games. We know he's going to give you somewhere between 5 and 9 rebounds, a handful of assists, and a handful of steals. So cash games, always a risky option, but tonight I think he's viable, and in tournaments, I think he does give you that upside. Where a lot of people don't like to roster Rudy Gay against the Lakers, I'm open to the idea. At 7,000, I think he crosses 40 fantasy points for you tonight and beats value on that salary. All right, let's go to shooting guard. Go back to the the guy we had the other night, Wesley Matthews, 5,700. Now, here's a guy in cash games I absolutely love. You know, again, I said it last week, not a guy that I generally love to roster, but this season you have to be able to adjust your mindset. And this is a guy with all the injuries to Dallas, has to perform offensively, and he's done that. 26 points in each of the last 2 games. Had a 26-pointer against the Bulls. Seems to always land on that 26 points, but that's fine. Let's look at the fantasy points. 34, 36, 25, 26, and 34. So on this salary, definitely beating value. Denver, absolutely horrible against the shooting guard position. And we know Wesley Matthews isn't shy. He's going to jack the ball up. So we're talking FanDuel here. If you're on DraftKings, you get the 3-point bonus. So that's always in play. But 5,700, a fair price for him. Gets you 30 fantasy points. You're loving it. I think he does it here again against Denver tonight at just 5,700. Let's stay at that same $5,700 price point for power forward Nikola Jokic of Denver. So we get a little back and forth here with Dallas and Denver, a little correlation, as you will, with Wesley Matthews. But Jokic, a guy I'm always high on. Just such a big upside with this guy, and really wish he'd get steady minutes. We've seen it here over the last 3 games. Unfortunately, the carpet can be pulled out us on any time, but I'm willing to take that risk here. Averaging well over 30 fantasy points a game over the last 3. Doesn't need a ton of minutes to do his thing. That's what I love about him. Well over a fantasy point per minute in most games that he takes the floor. And Dallas's numbers look good defensively against centers, against power forwards, but this guy's a mismatch for a lot of teams. I think this game stays close. I think it's going to be a competitive game, and I think that bodes well for a guy like Jokic who can do a lot of different things. I think he continues here with another 30 fantasy point night for you at just 5,700. All right, let's get to our beast of the night. All right, beast time, and we don't need to talk James Harden, DeMarcus Cousins. I think that's everybody's debate tonight, but we are going to talk center, and we're going to save you on DeMarcus Cousins with Hassan Whiteside, 8,700, tonight's beast of the night. I know he's called Hassan Goat Side in some circles, but how about Hassan Beast Side tonight against Washington? You see that last game they played, 47 fantasy points in that matchup here, so not as concerned with the Washington interior as we may have been in years past. This guy can absolutely dominate in any matchup. As for the recent play, bounced back the other day against the Bulls, but a couple rough outings against Cleveland, against Atlanta. I'm going to give him a pass there. If you look at the track record, the guy's almost an automatic double-double. We know the blocks are going to be there for this guy against Marcin Gortat, a little bit undersized there. So Whiteside in a great matchup, a great price, and I just love the upside he gives you. Any night of the week, he can go out there and block 10 shots to go along with that double-double. Gives you 50, potentially 60 point fantasy upside here at home. Love this matchup. Hassan Whiteside, easily my favorite play on the board and tonight's beast of the night. All right, guys, that'll do it for Monday. Any questions, as always, got the comment section. You can reach out and follow me on Twitter at BeerMakersFan. Always trying to take your questions over there. And don't forget, subscribe to the RotoGrinders YouTube channel. If you enjoy the six-pack, you like stopping by the fantasy bar, do me a favor, guys. Give me a thumbs up there on the YouTube page. It means a lot to me. I appreciate you guys stopping by the bar. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut. Best of luck. We'll take tomorrow off. Be back behind the bar on Wednesday talking more NBA. Good luck tonight, guys.